Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Dune Spice Wars. What an absolute pleasant surprise. I love this game. I have covered it off and on throughout its early access life, and it just came out into 1.0. I didn't realize that was on the cards, so let's revisit it in full release and see what's going on. I know that they've added a more single-player-esque conquest mode, which I think is a bit more like well, I wouldn't say strictly a campaign, but it does have some similarities to the single player of Northgard. Okay, cool. Let's do a bit of a background here. This is obviously based on the Dune property. I'm a big fan of the Denis Villeneuve movie. In fact, I enjoyed the original movies, though I haven't read Dune. I think this is really cool thematically. But what's most interesting is it's made by Shiro Games. Shiro Games have made sort of an eclectic bunch of different games, which I quite like when indie developers do that. They sort of spread about. Ones that come to mind are things like War Tales, which is sort of like a Battle Brothers-esque warband management game. They did Darksburg, which was like Left 4 Dead meets League of Legends, and I bounced off that, but I still appreciate the attempt. But what they're probably most well known for is Northgard, and this game is almost a pseudo-sequel to Northgard. It's very much taking a lot of what that game is, and I wouldn't say reskinning it, but definitely putting it into a different universe. So if you have played Northgard, if you're familiar with it, if you like RTSs, you're probably going to really dig this. It modernizes the RTS model into a sort of more punchy, I would say a modernized version, a more compact version. It's about controlling sectors. Your unit battles are on a more micro scale, as opposed to walls and walls of just blobs thrown at each other. So there's a lot more sort of nuance. It also emphasizes, at least Northgard, it's been a while since I played Dune, but it's the same sort of thing, is that there are multiple ways to victory. So you don't have to just kill everyone. You can do that, obviously, just build armies and try and take everyone over. But things like pseudo-technological races, I think you've got like intrigue, you've got assassination attempts. You can try and assassinate the enemy's faction lead to defeat them. There's a Chome market, which is essentially the spice economy of Arrakis from the world and its fiction. You can sort of try and win economically. You can win through, I think, the Landsrad, which is the political council that all the houses are a part of. So there's a lot going on. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to try this conquest mode, and I'll explain what I know as we go and draw comparisons to Northgard. And if it's well received, we'll turn it into a playthrough. We'll do some more episodes, that sort of thing. Do you want to load it? No. Now they've added this new faction here, which I don't really know much about. Atreides is the closest to your sort of boring normal faction. Accessible, whatever. They do a lot of things like peaceful annexation and trying to force trade. So these guys are the more plain ice people, which is a bit more in line with Atreides. Harkonnen is very much like dudes in the meat grinder, grist for the mill, that sort of stuff. Overworking and oppressing people. We might actually play them. Carino, I believe, is the in-fiction house of the Emperor. So that guy's the Emperor of Dune or whatever. And I think it's more about taxing other people and that sort of stuff. I'm not sure. There are two other factions, the Fremen and the Mercenaries, but they don't factor into this mode, I believe. Okay, but we'll play Harkonnen because I'm not super familiar with them, but I'm pretty bloodthirsty. So like, well, not necessarily combat wise, but oppressing your people wise. Yeah, that's me. Can use oppression, can sacrifice an agent to reduce a mission's cost and preparation time. Villagers gain plus resource production per active militia. Oh, that's interesting. I understand that. And they generally suffer reduced resource production. Right, so you sort of, your baseline threshold is lower because the game expects you to do this oppression mechanic. Before we do get into it, because this is going to be a bit wordy, a lot of explaining, because it does a lot of it is about understanding the rules of your factions. If you are familiar with Northgard has like 20 factions, 20 teams that you pick, and it's expanded by like little couple of dollar DLCs, and it's all very reasonable, and it's great fun playing with your mates, that sort of thing. But you get factions like they pretty much just focus on growing sheep and breeding sheep, which no one else can do. So like really unique stuff. There's other dudes that like sacrifice guys to make super soldiers, which is really unusual. You got guys that have a raiding Viking economy, and the same sort of thing works here. Even though there's less factions, you'll actually end up picking. God, look at this Chad. You end up picking individual sort of little characters to represent each run that you do at 2 out of 4, and that can really create some augmented ways of playing that faction. So where Northgard has 20 factions and they're all distinct, this has 4 or 5, but within them you can sort of sub-build them as well to get that diversity, right? Easy. I mean, let's go normal. Hegemony, victory. This mode, Conquest, is very foreign to me. I don't really know much. But this is the same as Northgard. Hegemony, power, reputation. I can't remember what it's called in that, but this is a path to victory. Let's go. Let's pull the trigger on these dudes. So yeah, there'll be a bit of explaining. Again, it's been a while since I played this, so I wouldn't count myself an expert. But if you never played Northgard or you've never seen this, there will be growing pains. Okay, so it looks like we've got Carino and bloody Pink Floyd, whoever these new guys are. Ekaz. House Ekaz. I don't know. Maybe if you've read the books, it makes sense. I don't know any of this crap. Fremen relationship. Okay, pressure. Pressure progresses. Okay, cool. Complete 0 out of 2 objectives. Ally the Fremen, own territories, or defeat them. Okay, sure. Now what do we do? Oh my god. Thetical opportunism. Every operation used immediately readies a random operation of low level. Don't know what that means. Launching an operation spawns 2 stealth probes in the targeted region. Okay. Can use oppression on a village in combat, giving plus 50% militia power. That sounds cool. Motivated hostages. I think that makes sense. So you can oppress a village that you've already taken over if it's being attacked to give it a boost. Sure, that sounds cool to me. Extend your grasp. Strategic expansion. I don't know. This one will do. Yeah, okay. Sure. So, easy. Glossu Rabin. And these are all characters from the book. I don't know what any of these guys are. Villagers have +1 militia slot. Gain 50 Solari, which is the current one currency, upon killing rebel. Okay, well, we'll take that. Easy. But these might inform the way that we play. Let's stick with the easies for now. Each sacrificed agent permanently reduces their mission costs by 20%. Oh. Sacrificing an agent gives 500 Solari. Okay, cool, right. I think agents you just generate over time as part of the intrigue minigame. So in this, we're just going to eat our agents for money and then just keep reducing costs. Okay, cool. And then remember our sort of racial bonus of increase per militia. Right, so maybe militarying up hard will be a way to make money. Objectives, gain control over the land. Rewards, I don't really care about that. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Extend your grasp, cool. If you're confused, don't worry, you're in like company. This is very overwhelming for me as well. I don't really know much about this particular campaign structure. We cannot rule without imposing our will on the population. True, big true. With enough people under our thumb, we gain control of their dream and fear. You know how powerful that is. Oh, 100%. This bloke's... I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right, let's pause straight away. So, immediately, we've got our map we can zoom out into. You can sort of see... Is that the... Yeah, see the fog of war there. So, the world map is only so big. It's big enough. The game is sorted into little regions, right? And this is your starting region. The way that your headquarters behaves is unusual. It's different. Even for Northgard, you don't build in your home region. Not really. You can, when you get to 2500 hegemony, you can upgrade there, but for now it doesn't matter. We start with an ornithopter, which is your scout. Again, if you've played Northgard, same mechanic. You can hit auto recon, and he will just go out there and cruise around, and generally speaking, doesn't really get attacked or aggroed for the most part, and he'll explore. What we can do is queue up a second Ornithopter. They're not cheap. And this is where you'll come up with an opening rollout or whatever, and I don't know any of this crap. Recruit units. Probably not unwise. Let's recruit a trooper. Let's recruit a gunner. There we go. I think this is probably a strong start. You can see here we've got spice there. Usually, I believe you start with one territory adjacent spice, and I think the Ornithopter will auto go to that spice field. Spice is the backbone of your economy, which is appropriate. And that's something that we kind of want to tap as soon as possible, right? So what he's doing here, I'm going to be pausing a bit to explain what I do know. That's the spice field here. This region, you can see it's sort of outlined. I think if you zoom out, you can even see it, right? This hard pack will have a village on it. And I think there's a village in every territory. This will be like a point of interest. So what he's doing is surveying this and discovering the village. And then we're going to want to take over that village. If you control the village, you control the area, right? And he'll probably go over here and do that. And you can see, you click on this. No. It's got ranged and normal militia, so sort of a mirror match, though my guys will be stronger by default. So essentially, once my military are built, which, looks like they are, I'm going to tell them to go out there and kill. Yeah. Now again, I've played more treaties, and they can do like a peaceful annexation. You can see distance from your main base authority. Once you basically kill off their militia, you can annex it into your territory. But like where I've got the oppression bonus, the Atreides have the ability to, I think they spend influence or water or something to peacefully annex them. But for now, we'll just send out there. There's a lot of other mechanics like the Chome Market, the Landsrad, espionage and agents, but that's not going to unlock straight away. Like there's a cooldown at the beginning of the match. What is this? I don't think I've seen this before. Marauder Camp. So these points of interest will have an either-or scenario. Chat around the campfire, and I can get manpower as a reward. Now for that, I need to have an agent in the Arrakis slot. This is part of the espionage infiltration tab, which I don't have. Or hire them for a raid, and I can hire 2 characters for $1,000. Neither of these are really viable right now, so we'll just leave it be. Yeah, off we go. So can I recruit more dudes? I guess I could. Should I? I don't know, it might be overkill. So where's he going? Just exploring. Alright, so we'll let them have a bash. Let that happen. He's exploring. We've got another area over here. Now, you can see that they'll have little bonuses as well. Little regional modifiers. What's the ones that we're doing here? So, I suppose a strategy might have been not to get on the gas straight away and survey and then maybe pick sensibly, because it does cost me authority. I don't have infinite authority, so you can't spread super fast, I don't think. But again, this will come down to your personal strategy. So yeah, what are these guys? Connections, plus 30% agent recruitment speed. Okay, well that sounds pretty cool. I like that. Plus 10 Solari production when the village has at least 1 building of each type. I think there are 3 categories. Okay, well maybe make a little mini project out of that. Now sandworms are very much a real thing in this. See how my dudes are fighting on this hard pack? I don't know what else to call it, that's what I call it. They're not going to get attacked while they're there. But if I did have like my range dude standing off to the side there, they would, I'll pause while we wait for that. They can and will get attacked and eaten, and they just get immediately deleted by sandworms. Same thing goes when we come to spice harvesting, but we'll cross that bridge when we build a harvester. I will get you auto reconning as well. So that, we get out there. And having 2 scouts is bread and butter in, what's it called? In Northgard as well. So over here, they've unlocked, what is this? Rare elements, which, there you go. It allows for a specific building, which will then in turn tap more money. So this is where, you have to think about what is my economy? How am I going to do it? A great example already, like I said, I'm going to probably build up in this area. I might make this like a diverse built area to leverage the local bonus, but you could just as easily go hard on this. Okay, cool. So I should be able to annex this, and that would have cost me authority. That's cool how they're shared. All right, here we go. New village controlled, so this is just a pop-up. Development research. New development can be researched. Right, so I guess this tree doesn't unlock until you capture a town. Again, if you've seen Northgard, this immediately will seem familiar. I think it's the knowledge tree in Northgard, and it's using the same mechanic. See these little flagged technologies here? They've got the little Harkonnen flag. What that is, if you were to compare this side by side with one of the other factions, like Atreides, they will actually have a different technology there. So work ethics is a unique Harkonnen one that overwrites the default. Like every faction probably has advanced engineering unless they have a specific one that overwrites. I hope this makes sense. I'm doing my best to explain it. Picking one tree and sticking with it's probably sensible. And I don't really know what any of it does. Chome support, crew training. So this is more of a combat tree, I think. Engineering. So this might be more of an engineering tree. Intelligence. See, I'm thinking about going down the intelligence tree because of the dudes that I picked. The agent thing. Yeah, maybe we give it a go, because I don't know anything about it. I've never really gone down that path, so even more of a reason to give it a go. Getting the chosen result on at least one resolution. Oh look, increased agent recruitment speed. Grants 10, whatever the bloody hell that is, 10 Landsrad standing at every council. Okay, whatever, let's research that. That'll do. We're losing manpower as well. Base and unit regeneration. Oh, unit regeneration? Is that because this dude's healing? I wonder. Anyway, we now control this, so it's changed to our turn. We've got an extra militia slot. You usually only get 3, and that's because of whatever this dude's bonus, right? If you can click on here, you can see the Harkonnen bonuses too. So how does oppression work? 100% village resource production. At the end, applies minus 20% local production. Chance to rebel each day. Right. So I guess that would be... what is it producing? How much do we know that it's producing? I don't know if it's actually producing anything. Spice sold. Yeah, so technically that would be a bad idea. Okay, cool. And then we've got this bonus that we want to leverage. So some thoughts. What was the thing about villagers gain plus 5% resource production per active militia, right? So we need to be producing something for starters. And because this is a spice region, it makes a lot of sense to build this, a refinery. You can see that takes water, so you got to pay attention to what all these things cost. Allows the deployment of a harvester to a spice field. It's got an upkeep as well. It also costs plascrete, which is like wood, right? Again, Northgard. Gold and wood are your main resources for building. We're going to build a refinery. You can just sort of stick it somewhere on the hard pack. It's all pretty much whatever. I believe he'll just regenerate there. I think what we'll do is we'll just wait. We'll just wait while he regenerates. I wouldn't mind buying up militia. However, a part of me is tempted. Espionage will be unlocked later when you gain your first agent. And I think that's agent recruitment speed. Maybe I'll wait and Oh, manpower. I don't really need the manpower, do I? Hire them for a raid. $1,000 is a lot. You know what? I might actually just start buying militia dudes. Right? This could be a terrible idea, but I'm doing it. It's done. Right? What do they mostly cost? I didn't even really check when I clicked on them. What if I undo this? You will receive 20 manpower. And you cost... Okay, they just take straight manpower. Right. Okay, well that's pretty straightforward. Guess it didn't cost me any money in the end. Alright, so they're healing. That's building. I do want to sort of get ready to do another raid. I think he won't heal if I move away from the town.
We live to serve.
Berserkers gain up to 50% power depending on missing health. Ooh, that's cool. Gain up to 100% attack speed depending on missing health. Ah. Right. So getting my dudes hurt is like a legit play. I like that. That's cool. Now, you can see there's a bottleneck on building as well, so I can't really build anymore there. Well, they did all right taking over a 2 village on their own, and these are all 2s as well. Ooh, what is this? I think it's like a special region. Yeah. Let's see. I think maybe trying to tap this makes sense, right? I guess, that feature. So let's get them on the move. Get your legs on, boys. Hopefully we don't get eaten by any worms. You can speed the game up. I don't think you can go faster than 2 times. Doing well, boys. Make sure you're focusing on the same target. They must do area damage. Is this still building? Yes. Okay. Okay, cool. So it looks like that's charging up. Cool. I get it. We'll just let it speed up for the moment. I guess we can turn the speed down. Okay, cool. So what's happened here? Development research. Right, so this intelligence stuff. Yeah, because you vote in the Landsrat, so that'll play into it. So what is this? Cruel reputation. Using an operation on a faction in conflict grants 25% of its salary cost as influence. Oh my god. Unlocks the political agreement treaty. Plus 200% agent recruitment speed. Allows the training of assassins. Unlocks the intelligence agency building in advanced outposts. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that one. Just keep going, Scarlet. We know you don't know what's going on. That's okay. We'll work it out. Council hasn't opened yet. Now, the Chome, unless they've changed it, Imperial tax, yes. So you have to actually pay, you can see there, you have to pay X amount of spice to the Emperor, I guess, the Imperium. Spice tax due to the Imperium, condition of your presence in Arrakis, right? So you have to earn spice, and if you don't pay it, I think there's a big penalty. Here we go. So we've got a harvester. And there's our little building. So the harvester, what you do here is you press deploy. Now you can put auto recall on or off. Now if you do auto recall, the game will make sure that if a sandworm comes, it'll be rescued and taken back to base. However, it's not as efficient as if you were to do it manually, right? So you have to think, do I want to try and micro my harvester to get better profits? Yeah, I think you cop a tax. Yeah, see, there you go, minus 5% spice production. So I'm going to turn it on because I don't really want to lose it, because It hurts, man. Lose an entire spice load. Off he goes. And let's get another building here. Now remember, we want one of each type. Research hub. I'm going to build a data center for intel production, even though I don't really understand what that is. I've decided I'm going to build down the spy tree. The tree I don't understand, we're doing that one. Okay. So this is being annexed. So as far as what you actually do once you've got your head around the game, you know, it's not a huge amount. Like you only have limited actions, you can only build in such a way. But I think there's a lot to understand. And then this dude's harvesting spice. And what you can do here is you can balance the rate at which you are going to stockpile versus how much you're going to send to the market. Now the market isn't open, but the market has an exchange rate that you sell at. I think 1 to 2 is actually pretty reasonable. So it's one of those things almost like farming simulator, right? Do you hold on to your spice for a rainy day, or do you sell when the chome's favourable? New village control, right? So let's have a look here. Buildings. So this will allow us to build a processing plant, which is probably sensible, whatever that is. Here we go. Plus 20 Solari production. That sounds good to me. Let's do that. At the moment we're not... Well, oh, he's regenerating manpower. I gotta keep remembering that. I think this is a new mechanic. And I don't think there's like an upkeep for existing dudes or anything like that. I might hit the oppression button on this, because that should generate more spice, I'm assuming. Yeah. And then I guess we're hurting for manpower. Militia's going to cost me manpower, so I need to consider buying manpower buildings. So, gain control over the land. Control 2 out of 12 villages. So I guess that's the meta objective. That's not normally how these matches run outside of this campaign mode. It is more, just find your own way to win. Be celebrated in the lands rad. Okay. How's our map exploration going? It's going. So, I've actually got a lot of authority. I'm thinking I'm going to buy those raider dudes and I'm going to get them.
We ain't paid enough.
Don't suppose I can.
More sand.
There we go. Let's send them. Oh, question mark. So does it get replaced with a new event? Dunno. And then I might send these blokes down here. This is a thermo generator or something, right? Fuel cell factories. Huh. Okay. One of those things, a lot of this would probably make more sense the more I played it, right? Unassigned agent. Oh, here we go. So this, okay. So what's going on here? Carino and Ekaz information. So you've got this agent here, Amina. Intended. This agent produces plus 20% of every field resources. Okay. You've got missions over here that you can do. Sacrificing an agent gives 500 Solari. I don't need the money. Each sacrifice agent permanently reduces their mission costs. Okay. Okay. You can put them in... You basically slot them to these slots and they generate intel. Allows you to unlock information about House Carino. Unlock assassination mission. I mean, bugger it. Let's go for the assassination, right? Let's plug her in. You've got a counterintelligence. New agent in 5 days. Sounds good. Alright, so that makes a little bit more sense. Alright, these boys are getting their biff on. Oh, that's cool. He's range marauder. Looks like maybe they have a cloak or something. Oh, look, it refreshed. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Oh, they're fighting double ranged, are they? Construction complete. Go to. Okay, cool. Let's build. There you go. So you have to pay Plascrete to buy another slot. And you can see there, we're running through it. We're running through it record fast. And yeah, I'd love to build a military building for that bonus. But I wonder if maybe... Like, what's hurting me here? Plascrete. I think maybe, yeah, a Plascrete factory would be sensible. So let's do that. Cool. Right. And now they're all fighting away. Anyway, cool. A relatively slow start because we had a bit to discuss, a bit to elaborate on. Oh, okay. Look, is this the amount of command points? Right. So you can, geez, you can make a big army. Holy heck. Well, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Anyway, it's cool to see this in full release. It's my absolute pleasure to share it with people. It's cool that there's like, don't get me wrong, I like just skirmishing against the AI. That's generally how I've played this. But I guess if you could rope a bunch of mates into playing it just like Northgard, is, you know, I'd say that's the way to go. But this sort of single player campaign is really quite cool as well. Anyway, team, let me know what you reckon. Do you want to see some more? We might do some more episodes. Otherwise, much just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.